Hey everyone, we're talking to a lot of network companies today, and we're here at Arista, and I'm talking to Doug. And Doug, can you explain a little bit about your role and what Arista does for the networking industry and what this demo setup is that you have here?
Sure. As a company, Arista makes high-speed Ethernet switches focused specifically on the data center and leveraging the value of EOS, Arista's extensible operating system, which is really the world's most advanced network operating system. A lot of the key innovations we've been making recently have been focused on network virtualization and really normalizing network virtualization. So whether a workload runs in physical space, virtual space, or cloud space, our customers are able to have complete visibility to it and absolute transparency to the implementation of key network services, be it access control lists, quality of service, or very important policies like switch port analyzer and port mirroring back through a tap aggregation network so that what our customers experience is absolute visibility to the workload wherever it moves and however it's allocated, be it a physical allocation or virtual allocation.
Perfect, and I think you're announcing new products in combination with NSX, but network virtualization is not new to you. I think that's one of the key areas. You've been investing a lot of time in this for a long period already.
For many years, where a lot of other companies are just coming out going, yeah, VXLAN, and we're going to do hardware virtual tunnel endpoints. We're like, yeah, we've been shipping those for a year, and in fact in 2010, we won a bunch of awards, maybe it was 2011, for best network hardware at VMworld because of the hardware VXLAN virtual tunnel endpoints. But now we're really moving beyond just VXLAN bridging and saying how do we bring routing services, network services on top of a VXLAN environment so our customers can experience the ability to monitor a workload, secure a workload, or provision a workload seamlessly. And one of the key things we've announced is Arista Open Workload, a network application, which is a combination of focused development from us, integration with key partners, and the ability to be customized to a customer's IT workflow. And what Open Workload allows is the integration with VMware vSphere, vCloud Director, NSX, OpenStack, Microsoft System Center and OMI, Puppet, Chef, CF Engine, i.e. about 95+% of the world's public and private cloud market can take advantage of automation and provisioning for rapid service creation in an Arista-based network. The other thing we're introducing, which in fact we can do a demonstration of, is a persistent monitoring architecture as part of our network telemetry service, which is an integration between Arista networks and one of our key monitoring partners, ExtraHop, on top of a VMware NSX environment with seamless mobile workloads while enabling persistent monitoring. So imagine this, move a virtual machine from any server to any other server. Provision your network based on the capacity of the servers and not how you allocated addressing years before. And even as workloads move in a mobile environment, a persistent monitoring session going back to a partner like ExtraHop so we can see application performance monitoring end-to-end as workloads move.
That sounds really good. I mean, I'm getting a lot of questions here about, okay, network virtualization, mobility, workloads. How does that impact visibility? How do I troubleshoot issues that we have? How do I troubleshoot performance issues? So I'm assuming this demo pod allows us to show, or allows you to show us how that works.
Yeah, let me show you what we've done. So we took a network based on VMware NSX, coupled with Arista EOS, where we coordinate MAC learning between MACs to virtual tunnel endpoint bindings. We have hardware virtual tunnel endpoints running on our switches and running in VMware vSphere. What we're then going to do is move a workload from the 193 subnet to the 194 subnet. So we're going to move a workload across traditional IP network boundaries. While we're doing that stateful vMotion, the workload will maintain a monitoring session back to ExtraHop. Once we move it, a monitoring session will be recreated back to ExtraHop. What you should see if this works, it's like do a demo, lose a deal. This is the nervous part.
It's
right?
Murphy's Law.
I know. You should see the workload transition from port 45 to port 46 and then port 46 back to port 45 as we do this. That will indicate that the workload's moved across the network and is coming to a different monitoring port back to ExtraHop. However, most importantly, watching the performance of the actual applications, the web tier, the database tier, and the web response codes, we should see an uninterrupted service delivery through that workload migration, indicating not only is the monitoring session working, but the application performance was not impacted by a relatively disruptive virtual machine move that usually would have caused an absolute outage in the infrastructure.
Absolutely.
So what we're going to do is we'll flip over to the vSphere web client. I've already teed it up so that we're now going to move the destination from the 193 subnet to the 194 subnet. Hit next, reserve the CPU for the vMotion, go. And what you'll see happen is relocating the virtual machine will appear up here. And you'll see the relocating virtual machine change its status and start going through the vMotion event. While it's doing that, we can flip back to the extra hop GUI, and what we'll see is this green starts slowly transitioning to orange, and what we hope to see, again, if everything works right, is that we will see a zero disruption to the application performance through that.
I think we can see the virtual machine is vMotioning here, so basically this is something really new, because people can now move a workload from one subnet to another without disruption to the application.
Right. The workload change is transparent to the application, but now it's transparent to the monitoring infrastructure, it's transparent to access control lists, it's transparent to QoS policies. Network virtualization, uninhibited, has the potential to break almost every network service that enterprise IT organizations and service provider IT organizations depend on for compliance, for audit, for troubleshooting, because all of a sudden it's masked. The workload's masked, the source is masked, the port is masked, they don't know what it is. And how do you implement an IDS system if you can't tell where the workload's coming from?
Absolutely.
So now what we're doing is saying we need to bring, and where some companies are saying, oh, it's all about the underlay network, and other companies are saying, oh, the overlay is software and everything's going to go in software. At Arista we try to take a really pragmatic adoption path to new technology, and we're saying, there's a middle of the road view here, which is the network hardware can deliver performance. The network software can enable the applications and the orchestration systems to control the behavior of that high performance system. But at the same time, there is a flexibility gain from orchestration systems, virtualization systems, and doing things in software. Our goal is to bring the best of both worlds together, enable seamless network services delivery across a physical, virtual, or cloud deployment. And I believe in the end, deliver an experience to our customers that says, whether you're operating in a virtual environment or physical environment, there's zero trade-off. There's no compromise.
Best of both worlds in all ways possible. I think that sounds really good. Should we have a look if the migration's been done?
Drum roll, this is our, okay, and yes, we can see that the transition happened. There's no performance impact detected by the web tier, no performance hit detected by the database tier, and all the web tier response code stayed intact as services continuing to be delivered in this actual runtime application being moved. So the demonstration does show we've moved workloads, we've maintained network services consistency, and we've had zero impact to application performance, while most importantly, being able to actively monitor application performance with a persistent monitoring architecture jointly delivered by Arista and Extra Hop Networks.
Perfect, well thank you very much, and I think this is a very critical functionality for all our customers to have. So if you like this demo, if you want more information, just visit the Arista booth here at VMworld, or go to the Arista website and you can find everything you want. Thanks again, Doug.